Hello, my name is Lofty, and welcome to another episode of Chat with Sophia. I'm your host, and today we'll be talking about a topic on co-workers, dating your co-worker, your experiences, your how you take it, your take on it. And with me to discuss this, I have here with me Socket CFR, I have Chef Yax, Kiami, and I have Eunice. So I'm going to read out an anonymous someone sent to me earlier on, and we all are going to deliberate on it, and we're going to hear different takes on this particular topic. It's a very interesting anonymous, so I would like to read it out so everyone could hear it. Here it comes. Okay, dating a coworker can feel exciting and almost natural. You see each other every day, share deadlines, vent about same challenges, and sometimes that connection spills over into something deeper. At first, it feels convenient. No need to explain your work stress to your partner because they already understand it. But in reality, office romances often come with consequences that can be much heavier than in regular relationships. I remember when I once dated a colleague, it started innocently. We would grab coffee together, exchange playful remarks during team meetings, and find reasons to sit near each other. Eventually, it grew into lunch dates, late night chats, and even staying back at the office to help each other out with projects. It felt like a secret adventure, something only the two of us shared amidst the seriousness of work. At the beginning, it was fun. We motivated each other, covered for each other when deadlines got tough, and the chemistry made coming to work exciting. But when the relationship ended, everything shifted in a way I wasn't prepared for. The office, which used to feel like our safe space, became tense. Suddenly, private moments weren't private anymore. Details I had shared in confidence somehow found their way into casual conversations. My personality, my habits, even things about my family and personal life. I realized the gossip mill in a workspace is one of the hardest things to escape. I had two options: confront every rumor and defend myself, or allow the noise to fade with time. Choosing the latter was difficult. It meant swallowing my pride and pretending not to notice the whispers. Still, it helped me maintain my professionalism and protect what was left of my reputation. The hardest part wasn't just the gossip, it was the emotional strain of working alongside someone. I was trying to move on from every meeting, every office event, every email felt like a reminder. I couldn't just come out, I couldn't just cut contact like in a normal breakup. We were forced to see each other daily. Looking back, I learned an important lesson. Workplace relationships are far more complicated than they seem. While they may start with excitement and shared understanding, the aftermath can leave scars on your peace of mind, your credibility, and even your career path. For me, it was a reminder to always think twice before mixing business and personal life. So it's quite a long anonymous. Well, this actually took me aback when I read it, but I would like to hear what we have to say on this, share our opinion. So I would like to know what you think about what I just read.
All right. Honestly, I had like a little of my own share of the whole colleague, even though it wasn't so professional. And
Wow.
to be honest, I would say it's a no-no. It's a no-no. Cause in fact, mine wasn't like in a learning space where I was supposed to learn something there, but it was still work kind of. And I assure you, because of that, I ended up not learning no shit.
Wow.
And then when it's time for you, when you're tired, as the anonymous said, when you want to pull out, you can't because you're seeing this person every day, and then there's nothing you can do about it. And then sometimes this person too has friends, and before you know it, he or she is sharing your secrets or one thing or the other with the person. When you feel like, oh, it's private, I can tell you 80, okay, let me just say 70% of the time, it doesn't really work out for the whole colleague, co-worker thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually that I would say I share your perspective, but I think on a scale of 1 to 10, I think it's a 50-50% chance because it's actually a gamble because you don't actually know if it's going to work out.
So when it's space of personal space, there's no personal space when and then you see this person every day. You guys don't get tired.
That's where maturity comes in. I don't know if I'm saying something reasonable. I don't know.
Yeah. In the professional space, I personally won't say that being in a relationship with your coworker is advisable because a lot can come in emotions. You would want to like maybe prefer like him to do some things because
Yeah.
so it's really not, I won't say it's advisable. And like her story said, he began like saying things about her after it ended. That's not really something that is good, I would say. And again, maturity actually matters a lot because if you're mature enough, you know how to handle situations. Some people might want to leave the office space just because of that. But then, yeah, maturity matters, I would say.
Leave the okay. Leave the office space. Well, I think that would be who would want to leave?
Um,
If you were in that shoe, would you want to leave for him, or would you rather he leaves for you?
so the thing is, if I'm able to handle it, like for example, she said he was sharing her, she didn't know what to do or how to like, she doesn't know if to share her own side of the story or whatnot. In my own case, I would not leave. It's something I will have to deal with. At the end of the day, we're workers before we became, and again, maturity, you have to like sit and talk about these things. It's not something that you just this we're no longer together, so any work that they bring to us, we can't do it together. You have to like, cooperate together and just work. For me, I would work. I would still be focused at the end of the day. But in the first place, it's not advisable, I would say.
Yeah, like you said, it's not advisable at all. But if it happens, well, it happens. So you need to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I won't leave my job because I'm having a personal relationship. Or do you know how it took me to get that job?
Yeah,
For me to just go. So for me, okay, I will try to communicate with her. I'm this person that always love to talk, although I'm not very comfortable communicating. I'm still learning, but I try to, okay, this happened though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, there was this lady, like we can't date too, but if you feel you want to hang around, fine, but this is it. So you can, okay, oh babe, I know it's messed up for you to have a coworker in a relationship because emotionally it's draining. You have to you cannot even concentrate. In short, you'll be doing her job for her. You understand? So it's kind of you understand. Yeah, I'm just speaking for myself. You can be doing the job for her and everything. But and when it happens that the relationship is okay, just everybody will go back to sleep. We were strangers before we met.
Yeah.
And if it's not working for us, everybody will go back to his space and there'll always be talks. People will say, oh, she will be saying this.
Yeah.
And I have a friend that I think they are
Count. Look, we know you're into this person, but if you need to take this serious, one of you have to resign so that it won't affect work ethics. No, it happens. I know a lot of people that it happens.
He's not married. You're not married.
I know a
That's
lot
why
of
most
people. That's why.
Who is going to resign?
Exactly. That's why I use the statement. If you know
That's
it's
a hell of
going,
sacrifice
it's getting
for that.
something,
Yeah.
it's going somewhere. You need to, because I cannot have a company and my co-workers are there.
Yeah,
so
we
that
let
it's going to
emotions
affect me.
come in. Yeah.
So this person might not deliver his work on time or probably, work effectively. Yes.
Yeah.
So you see, it most times affects work ethics.
Yeah.
And then that aside, on the grounds of what made them break up.
Break up.
Now,
Yeah.
you will ask first of all, me, I can't, if it happens to me, probably in his workspace and dating a colleague, I don't know if it's going to happen in future, I don't know. But if it happens to me and I am dating this person that probably is so jealous, so envious, so malicious, oh my dear, I'm going to break up. And if you ask me why, I'll tell you, I can't be with somebody that is so jealous. So I think stuff like this, it's not, this is not confidential,
Yeah.
It's just on my grounds on why so it depends on what the person is saying at home. Even people who know they date, please permit me to that language. Even people who know they date, they gossip there.
Of course.
Not
Yeah,
to talk of
course.
people.
Yeah,
Do you understand?
yeah.
So gossip. would definitely fly.
Yeah,
In
gossip
fact,
will
when you're
definitely
even
fly.
dating your partner at work, a lot of gossip will be flying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So all those things, that's why most times the company CEOs or MDs don't even allow such to happen.
Yeah.
If they find out, one of you has to resign.
Sometimes
And
they
that's
even
the
have
truth.
rules for that.
Yeah, I think I've
Yeah.
seen corporate bodies that have rules for that,
They hide
but you telling me
I know, I'm sorry. I know someone, a lady, she was working at one restaurant, and then the CEO approached her. The CEO, hi, I like you, blah, 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 blah. The girl, I don't want to use, insulting words, but so the girl, I say, let me say, Momushli fell into the trap. It's a trap. Of course, for me, it's a trap. And then along the line, it started affecting work. This person is your worker. She comes late, you can't caution her. A lot of staff are complaining. And they say, only your guy should did it. Now, why should they do like that? Now, he has to call her. Come home. You have to choose. Either we break up, you continue this work, or you leave the work and be my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, she chose to be his girlfriend. That's a trap. So she chose to be his girlfriend, and along the line, boys will be boys. Things happened there. This guy was in a serious relationship and asked you out. So you don't expect him to perform magic and just get married to you. Got married, no work, no relationship. So that was a trap,
she lost on both
So
ends.
yeah, she lost both ends. So what I'm saying in essence is, it works too, but not all the time.
Not all the time.
Everything that has an advantage also has a
Disadvantage, yeah, that's
So
true.
the advantage of you dating your colleague, yes, of course, you get to meet him every day. You get to spend time. You get to have a lot of fun. But then the disadvantages that comes with it. Are you ready to take it? So if at the worst case scenario, when you guys break up, that I would go to the looking for office.
Necessarily.
You understand it,
Yeah.
So that's where the trauma comes in now. So that's my take on it,
Well,
Yeah.
for what he said there, saying in corporate bodies, one will have to step down for the other. What if the lady is earning more than the guy? Do you think the guy would want to leave that job?
Well, I don't think is, if at all, maybe they've been caught by the management. I think that's where it comes in. But if we are going to say, okay, you, and let's say I'm dating you and we broke up, so who is going to, if it's on our both agreements, unless one feels, oh, I have to back out, because I wouldn't want to, because of, oh, I break up with you, then I'll only leave the work for you again, it will be possible. But if maybe there's the management will decide. If the management are involved, I think they will decide who.
No.
Okay, I think his question is not about
No, I don't
breaking up
think.
and living.
No,
I think he's asking him based
on salary,
you are still
yeah,
working,
yeah.
for instance,
Both of you are working in
Same
Both
place,
working in the
yes.
same organization,
Yeah, that's what I'm
the
saying.
company does, or probably maybe the companies are where the management are.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
they approach
If
you.
they are
Now,
aware
if
of
the girl is any higher,
Mm.
would you want to lead the work so that you should bring?
It takes a good heart who you sit down and try to forgive, because people might likely not forgive, but I'll deal with this person. He's any higher than me, he's supposed to leave, but no, I'm going to stay to deal with him. You get for what? For the heartbreak and after stuff that happen after relationship, people want to get back at you. That's where the emotions come, that's where the maturity come. Okay, let me be let me be cool and just, okay, let me let this person just remain here since she's in it. That's, you're having a deep thought and having a good heart, but not everybody will
Okay.
do that.
Yeah, now he said something that I picked up. He said in some corporate bodies, the management approaches you if they know you guys are dating or you guys are in a relationship, you guys have not broken up yet. They know you guys, okay, you guys are in a committed relationship. They would approach you and tell you, okay, we don't allow this here, but since it has happened, it's many corporate bodies, before you even get the job, you sign. You sign that you're not going to have any affair. On all accounts, are you going to be having an affair with your colleague? if they discover that it happens, they might want to fire the two of you. They might want to fire both of you,
That
but
means they are still both in the relationship.
yeah, they are still both in the relationship.
One should make the person that is
Now, yeah,
should make the sacrifice. And
if it's okay, if it's
If
you, if it's you as the guy,
no, if he's the one any less, if I'm seeing a future with this person and she's any more than me, and I can check, oh, she's this person that even when I don't have, she gives me money, she supports me, you understand, and I'm any less, why not? I'll back out. If I'm quite sure of the woman I'm dating and I feel this will lead me to something
yeah,
good
exactly.
at the future, I'll back out because I'm any less, to be honest with you.
I know people
Yeah,
that
well.
actually did that, and at the end of the day,
But
they
you need
still
to
broke
also
up.
be very careful of the person you are making that sacrifice for,
You
because you might end up.
there's a saying that the heart of man is
No,
desperately
so-
wicked, so you can never know
So,
the
yeah,
other
so
person's mind.
if you do your own calculations and you feel okay, you weigh yourself and see you have a little future with this person. Why not make that sacrifice?
If you look at the statistics, actually, what you just said, this whole thing, if you look at the statistics, women are the ones who actually leave the job for the guys. I don't know if I'm
Because we're more emotional.
yeah,
And in fact,
because they give
I've
up
known a guy
more.
that left his workplace because of his wife. Yeah, they're married now, so his wife. And then
It's-
I noticed some corporate bodies, if you have a very good manager or perhaps let me say management team, they even tends to support you. How will they support you? If this person, let's say for instance, banking institutions, if this person is working here, both of you are working in this branch, they will just pity you, or let me use the word pity, or perhaps probably
Reason.
just reason with you and transfer you to another
Yeah.
branch, a different
Yeah,
branch, so that now it's going to a bit balanced. And so in cases of I'm not talking about breakups now. I'm talking about you in this relationship.
Okay.
So in cases of you in the relationship,
Yeah.
I think some not most, because I know about two persons that happened to as well. So I think if you have a very good management team, at least they will consider. They will just transfer you to another branch. So
Well, with the story in her case, it just seems like they did not even know. The company did
Yeah.
not
No,
even
that's why I said
Yeah.
that's why I said for me I felt for me this story actually this lady sent I feel for me I feel the guy was actually doing it for fun, but the lady was so much invested into the relationship, but the guy was just doing it for fun. Probably he might have had a bet in the office, we boys, take a bet, that girl, she's hot, she's this, I bet you can't get her.
But she
Okay, I
said
put
she was exciting at first.
yeah,
For
so
us, definitely.
definitely she's going to have that butterflies, she's going to get that butterflies, you understand? So definitely, like he said, boys will be boys and men will be men, so I fall in the category of men, not boys actually.
you are not the one to decide that.
I fall in the category of men, not
You
boys.
are not the
So
one to decide that.
so I actually feel this one was actually a boy, not really matured. For you to even leak out secrets a lady told you in confidence shows how immature you are. Shows how immature you
Well,
are,
it's
first
not
of all.
to
So
an extent. I feel it's not his fault. I'm not that type of person though. If you close this eye now, you cannot see what's here. It's only what's here you will see. Now, when you close this one, you can't see what's here. So you need to open your eyes, both eyes, to see what's coming from both ways. Why I say so is, we can't judge from one perspective. If you are looking at it this way, you have to look at it this way.
We've not heard from him.
Yeah, no, aside from hearing from him, no, see, aside from hearing from him, I mean, it could have also, everybody would love to sugarcoat their stories.
Sorry.
exactly, sure, yeah, that's
Make
true.
it look.
Yeah, they will paint themselves
In
good.
fact,
Yeah,
sorry, I want to just put it, permit me. If you catch thief today, thief will tell you,
My
say,
first
may you
time.
pity and my first time.
No,
That's it. Do you understand? So everybody wants to sugarcoat their stories. Now, on the other hand, probably, maybe, who knows? The girl also, probably, she has friends, of course. I mean, she must have ladies. She must have one close friend that she tells everything to.
exactly. Yeah,
But not the
yeah.
same co-workers.
No, I mean-
that,
Do
Nah,
you
some
can't
ladies are
say if
going to
she's a
have
colleague
co-workers.
as well.
Some actually
Me,
have close friends in their
exactly
workspace
at the
that they
workspace.
tell
Yeah.
everything.
So I mean, so on the other hand, it might be that okay, the guy is confiding in his guy. Okay, Baba, how far? See. Waiting be your advice. Make I how you want make I tackle this and this. You know, he might be seeking opinion from his friend as well, and then not knowing probably his friend too.
No, you
So
see.
I mean, so just think about it from those perspective as well.
On that aspect, actually, you see, I don't. I still blame the guy actually for letting those things out because now
Out, yeah.
you see, even when in relationship, there are some things that you still keep to yourself. You understand? So even though he has a friend, there are confidential things that you shouldn't let out to that friend. You get, depending on how you. If you there with your friend, you go don't know you go don't know say okay this guy na tap. You understand?
But you
You
know,
get.
see,
So there are things that you actually filter and there are things that you actually not say. You get.
but
David, you know,
you know the sweetest part of life is that your guy getting guy.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, exactly.
Real.
So he might not be a tap,
Yeah.
and then you confide in him. He also has a friend that he will confide in. That friend has a friend to confide in. That friend that has a friend, we have a friend that has a
now
friend.
only you want tell this thing, no tell anybody.
Those are
Exactly.
people. Those are people now. Those are people that are extroverts. You understand? If you meet an extrovert cannot tell you that this is my best friend, and you feel that oh yeah, this is who I only relate with. Now, if you meet an introvert, you say, this is not my friend. You go no say because now everywhere when you say you they go or anything you do, you always see that person around. I don't know if you get my point. So if you meet an extrovert, have you met extroverts? As in extroverts.
Everybody's their friend.
Ha.
So
So
it happens like that too.
so I feel so if you meet extroverts like that, you know that definitely this person that example you just gave are for extroverts. I don't know if I'm making sense because someone who is socially inclined, who is socially exposed, always relates to people. You understand? In my own perspective.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that. You know,
Okay.
yeah, you know why? Because from your definition of extrovert and introvert, now you say an introvert might not have a lot of friends, but don't forget what I said. That one friend that he has another friend.
Okay, that's a point. That's a point. Yeah, it's a chain
So
actually.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's a chain.
do you understand? That one friend, as an introvert,
yeah,
that
yeah.
one friend that he has another one friend that has a friend that is an extrovert. So at the end of the day, it still boils down to the same thing we're talking about.
So I want to ask you now. I want to ask you guys now. I'm throwing the question openly. So if you guys were in this shoe, okay, no, this is for the ladies. If you guys were in this shoe that you come to work, because definitely work would be overbearing. You would be
Longer day, shorter night.
it would look as though the day doesn't want to come to an end. You understand? You'll be frustrated. I know there are some ladies who would give them hot for hot, who would give them banter for banter. You understand? So now, if you were in this situation, how would you handle this kind of pressure, knowing that everybody, every Dick, Tom, and Harry in the office is talking about your issue, is talking about how you what they even know the color of you understand? They know the color of what you wore, you know, detailed explanation of things, and they keep talking about it. And how would you handle this kind of thing?
Honestly, I'm such an emotional person. I'll quit.
Yeah. Okay, you will quit.
Yeah.
That's how you will handle it.
Honestly, I have a very, very slim
Even
mental
if it's
health.
paying you a lot.
Very well. And that's your only source of income.
Please, you should not put me in this corner. Let me run. I'm a runner. I run from everything. I'm a runner.
Wow.
How do they make that statement?
She's a runner. She's a track star.
No. He who runs
Lives to fight another day.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
So if you keep running and you keep because see, okay, you're an
At the end
emotional
of the day,
person.
you
I've
get to
learned
the end
from
of
my
the
lesson.
day.
I know
You
that.
feel you see
What do you think twice?
there's an experience that you feel you learn from and you feel you would not make that same mistake again. See, you will go to another place, another sheep, another goat in sheep's clothing will approach you and you will definitely fall. See,
It's not.
he will see. He's gonna tick all the boxes for you. He's gonna tick the boxes for you. Definitely, you've learned your lesson. Definitely, you've learned your lesson. I'm not disputing the fact that you've learned your lesson, but he's gonna tick all the boxes for you. So when you're in that position, what do you do? You should keep ticking. Now, what if that's a good man for you in that same workspace you went to? What do you do?
That's what happens. I'm so sorry that what happened in the past has to affect you.
And okay, what if God has just destined that you will meet your husband in your workspace?
She just made a statement. Will you let your past affect your present? That's what you're saying. No.
Oh, what?
It doesn't. You cannot be an innocent boy thing.
Okay.
Imagine
I'm
me
in that
approaching you now.
situation,
We will
to be
tell you
very
because of
honest.
what
You would
happened
feel
to
like
you.
no.
Okay, how would you handle it?
I don't think I'll leave. I wouldn't leave. I wouldn't leave my job. At the end of the day, people are talking. We can hear that they are talking, Abby. So literally, to call the person, workers have their times where they free times where they eat, where they talk. Can at least go talk to the man and just say, okay, can we address this thing? Because at the end of the day, people are talking and it's not the right narrative. If it's the right narrative, I don't think the lady will even be too worried. But if it's not, that's when maybe okay, she would want to address it. For me, I would address it with other colleagues.
What if it's the right narrative? Right? Let's say the guy has to disclose some certain weird shit about you, and it's the right narrative. What do you know about that?
I would be silent. Sometimes you don't need to address some things.
Exactly.
You don't really need
In fact,
to
your
address a lot
silence,
of
your
things.
silence actually,
Yeah.
it's actually the person.
You're not the one
person.
talking the little talks now. So just be silent. Go and
When
put
you
your
even
words.
when you even open your mouth to speak, it triggers more conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you should. If maybe you're living a weird life, maybe your clothes are not well kept, your house is messed up, and after hearing all those things, I think it should make you to try to think of getting better and doing something better for yourself.
Because
To
if
improve
bad
yourself,
things he
if
said,
if at all, because they've already heard your worst side. So try to prove them wrong by
yeah.
just changing the narrative and just doing something different. And
She
it should
said
be, it should be
something.
a call up.
She said something. She said you call the guy to address the issue.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the guy is the one who spread these rumors around.
And you can't
Yeah.
spread it.
He cannot spread it. Now, there's a saying, when words are like eggs, when they fall to the ground, it's broken. You can't pick it up. So now you're calling the same guy to address the same issue. What if he goes back
to go and say
to go and say more?
Okay, so like I said, colleagues have their like happy hour. So
Mhm.
it's not something I'm addressing just him. I'm addressing it with all the colleagues that he has told. Do you understand? So that would be probably after meeting him and tell him, okay, I've heard these things and I do not like it. You can choose to do that. That's just a mature way to do it. But if it's like, okay, I've already said these things, I need to clear myself, I'll do it in front of everybody else you've spoken.
Well, I for one, I feel I'll just let the whole thing die down because
It depends on the level of your maturity and
Yeah.
how you could just avoid things.
Silence is
There are some
just
people
the
that
highest.
can just chest it and just okay, let it slide. They are
The white
that
man once
are so
said-
emotional that they can't
Not
even.
leave my job
They just want to say it.
To be very honest.
See, even if I'm in the relationship
Honestly.
and he's paying you high as a woman, me, the name where my papa gave me, I'm not gonna leave my job. Madam, if you want to leave for me, you can leave. If I'm receiving 2,500 and you're receiving 7,000, manage my 2,500.
Don't worry. We'll see when you fall in love in the office space. That's when you talk about it. But for now, we'll just give the benefit
Well,
of
for
doubt.
me, I don't know how I'm going to react because I've not been in that shoe. It's just like dating your neighbor, but like someone said, if you are not date, maybe your neighbor having something, but like I said, not to pack come out at the end of the day. So it's not like it's the same thing. So you get, but sometimes having something to do with someone in close confinement with you in the same space actually has its own restrictions because your freedom and everything, just like she said, you can actually want to talk to somebody and you say, oh, you're flirting with this. They always overthink everything. You get well. So we're going to take a short recess and come back, and we still have lots and lots of discussions to talk about. So for now, see you soon. Welcome to Chat with Sophia. I'm still me, your humble host, and I'm still here with my wonderful friends, Socket CFR, Eunice, Chef Yax, and Kiami. Well, we've been able to establish that work and romance may or may not work. It depends on your maturity and how you choose to handle it. So, whatever way you choose to handle it, if you can, you go ahead. If you can't, gently you pull out. So, we're moving on to the next interesting topic that has been on everyone's lips, or rather, should I say, has been a topic recently, which is feminism. How do you see feminism? How does it sit well with you? What do you think about feminism? And for me, I think feminism, the layman definition, is gender equality. The right a man should have is the same right a woman should have. But for me, I feel it doesn't work that way. So I'm going to throw it to the house. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think gender equality is? What is your own definition of feminism?
My own definition of feminism.
Yeah.
Okay, permit me to say, 80% of people that are all about feminism don't really understand feminism, and that is where the problem comes from. So if I put it out to everybody now and say, "What's feminism?" Everybody be like, "Hey, this woman says she wants." No, 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 no. It's, in fact, the reason why me and Kim are sitting down here is because of feminism. That's why you can have us on your podcast. If not because of feminism, we'll be at home cooking food. Yeah. Do you understand? The reason why I can say I am a feminist, I'm not a feminist. I want to cook, I don't want to be a feminist, but I want to be cooking for my husband. It's because of feminism.
So what's feminism?
It's the social, economical, and what's the other one? Social, economical, political rights of all sexes. Which means if Chef Yax can be a CEO of this house, I also can be a CEO. I'm not saying that because Yax can carry 5 buckets of water, I mean someone carry 5 buckets of water. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I want equal opportunities to what Yax's experience.
Okay.
Do you understand?
You see, sorry.
These are the issues.
Exactly.
These are the issues.
Permit me to disagree with your point. Yeah, you gave a very good definition of feminism, but then, my sister, to become a CEO is not just a dream. It's not just by words, of course, it's still the same thing as gender equality. You want equal opportunities.
Exactly.
Isn't it? Okay, it's fine. I mean, it's not a big deal. You want equal opportunities, go and work at some refineries. Carry cement now for head. There are all opportunities.
Are they not women that carry cement on their head?
They understand it. When she's saying, okay, Chef Yax is probably a CEO, ladies don't get that, or women in general don't get that opportunity. That's why it's always said
when we get the opportunity, you be like, you hear things like,
it's actually a woman's world. To be sincere,
don't say that.
Listen,
that's
most times, no,
that's the thing you people say to corner or behind.
Okay, let me give you an instance. I was in church one Sunday, and I went to the cafeteria to eat. In fact, me and this man, we talk, we gist. I introduced myself. Oh, my name is Socket. I'm a comedian. And the man was like, nice to meet you. His name is blah 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 blah. Yeah, we just had a very good conversation, and I don't chop rice and chicken finish. But just one fine lady just walked past. She was trying to make an order. From where you were seated, I was like, please, do you mind? Can I pay for you? But wait to do my own now. Why you don't pay my own? Money and you pay. So what I'm saying is, in the essence, is it's a woman's world. Women have more opportunities than men.
Tell me, because it pays for my food that you're calling it an opportunity.
Yeah, actually,
yes.
I agree with what he's saying, because
if I'm driving, I can stop to pick up a lady. Okay, where are you going to? I could offer to drop you, but I cannot stop to pick a guy to drop in.
So here's the thing: preferential treatment is not the same thing
as feminism at all. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, that's what you want.
Here's the thing: your pillow guy, since
don't
you
understand it,
as someone that you already have those things, and that's why feminism comes in place in general, because he says that okay, that woman may not be able to pay her bill. That's why feminism is even like a thing of discussion, because at the end of the day, see women as weak. You see, you can't get those things that you actually probably he sees that okay, you should have money to pay your bill. Do you get? You get for your food. You should have the money to pay.
So she
But
that is
the
coming to
lady-
make an order, she don't have money. Okay, she's just coming with.
So that's the thing. That's the mindset.
No,
That's
No,
the
I mean,
mindset.
Let's understand something. Let's first of all get to know what feminism really is.
Yeah.
When we understand what feminism is, equal rights, safety for women, um, um, salary that what a man earns, a lady wants to earn in the same workspace because she feels they are doing the same job. Which, if you look at it, it's quite understandable, but there are so much misconception, especially in Nigeria. I would say Nigeria or Africa, we don't even understand what exactly feminism is. If we are going to look at feminism, it's not a big deal. The women just want to be safe and happy, you understand? But when we bring it down to Nigeria, a woman wants to feel because she starts making money and she feels she's above the world, nobody can control her. That's where we get it wrong with feminism. People that talk more about feminism in Nigeria, they tend not to even know, just want to create a topic that will just say, you need to deal with this. If a man slaps you, she slaps him back. If a man doesn't buy anything in the house, you yourself you shouldn't buy. You should see a man as equal to you. That's not what feminism
It's all
is all
about.
about.
Permit me to interrupt you. So, I think last year we were seated in this garden with my friend, and then my friend brought another friend who happened to be female, and then I have this thing of I know how to get absent of conversations, but by the time I could come back to the conversation, I just noticed that they were arguing about feminism. And the other lady was like, she defined feminism as because she can take care of herself, she can buy herself. There was this way she defined it. I can take care of myself. I can buy myself.
You don't need a
Says,
man.
I don't.
You don't.
So I now asked her, "Whoa,
Yeah.
what job do you do?"
Nothing. Now, man,
Do
still
you
a grand
understand?
money.
So I was like, we are getting this all wrong. That is not it.
From both
That's not
ends.
feminism. Feminism doesn't stop me from cooking for you at home.
Yeah. But
Do
then
you understand?
there are different types of
But I'm not saying you should put it mandatory that you really have to cook for
Thank you very much.
yeah, there are
Thank
different
you very much.
Yes, you know that's why
that's
that's
black feminism.
that's why we said when you bring it to
different type
our
of feminism.
when we bring it back to our local, we can see it online. If you go on Twitter, you can see it. People, most of the people that preach about feminism don't really
They preach about it the wrong way.
they're just preaching just hatred, pure hatred to just
Exactly.
poison people's mind and don't make it
Other gender.
They preach respect, submit.
Of people that talk about feminism
Don't.
don't know
they
feminism.
don't actually.
Do you understand? Is Chimamanda Adichie not married? Happily married?
Yeah. Yeah, now.
He like
Now. Okay, yeah. That's a very good point. You see, mm, a lot of guys are scared to actually be with a woman who is how would I put this statement now? Independent. Independent is a word. Who is well to do or earns more or higher than him. Because now I feel it's not about inferiority complex or being intimidated. It's the fact that they are scared that that woman would not submit to them. Now that's where we feel that okay, feminism comes in play because some women feel, "Oh, yeah, I earn higher than him, so why would I even submit? Why would I even want to?"
That's not
You
actually
get it?
feminism.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. In fact, are you aware that I have been in a relationship that somebody is telling me that whatever I do as a man is what she will do? How? If I talk
What
A, you
is
talk A.
practice? What is
No.
practice in Nigeria and what we see on daily basis are not feminism. If we are going to be true to ourselves and look at what exactly women are fighting, or women can be so greedy at some point, they will say they want an equal pay in a job place. But when it comes to lifting of tables down to the third floor,
Exactly.
to the third floor, they wouldn't want to do that. You understand? So
The
as
issue
well,
comes in.
as well, ladies need to understand that yeah, there are things that
There are processes.
they cannot just feminism. What they are fighting for is quite right, but they should also know there's a boundary to that. Like it's not everything that you can do as a
Whether you like
as
it
a
or not, you are
as
the
a
weaker
woman.
verse.
It's not everything.
It's not everything a
That's
man
why.
can
That's
do.
why. That's why God.
You
know,
equity comes in, sir.
Well, not everybody
Equity.
actually. Now,
Now-
in our today's world, not every lady is a weaker vessel. Yeah, they are emotional. They're emotional. We call them. I feel we call them the weaker vessel because they are more emotional. But in today's world, I won't actually say every woman is a weaker vessel.
They are for me.
Like me, I'm not even gonna.
Do you know why I say so? Do you know why I say so? Do you know why I say so? Do you know why I say so?
Okay.
Do you know why I say so? Now, you meet a single mother who has been there for her child all her life. She has been both the mother, the father, the brother, the sister, the uncle, the aunt, everything you can think of. Right from when that child took his first step to when he or she pronounced her first word. She's been there till the child got to the university. Now, would you say that woman is actually a weaker vessel? She's done both every single thing a man can do.
Okay, see, she has not done every single thing a man can. Let me tell you. Okay, let me just tell you something. You know, no matter how you are there for your child, one day the child asks, please, who is my father? You know, we tend to most times don't even care about the male gender. That's why in the world now, there is the always fight for rape, and if you check in fact, are you aware that majority of rape cases happens to men?
Yeah, especially
Be sincere.
for child molestation.
Yes, child molestation happens to men.
I agree with that.
Well, the thing is, a man that the society has pictured a man that, oh, once you are going through, tell yourself, just keep it to yourself. You're a man. Keep pushing. You're a man. Check the rate of suicide. And men they die fast. And if you check just little things. Now, why I said ladies are weaker versus this, don't get me wrong. Why I said that, it's because ladies are more wired with their emotions. You say you're not a weaker versus. There's something I will do emotionally to you. You break down in tears now. But you see, that's what I'm saying. As a man, no matter how the thing gets so emotional,
You might kill yourself.
you have to bear it.
No, she didn't say you go. What did you say?
You can't kill yourself now. Men are not very men. And in the charade where you can be like, no, we are emotional. They are not. They are not. There's nothing emotional strong about them. Nothing.
So, about feminism, yeah. The way it's being practiced in Nigeria is out of hatred because there are
Yeah,
people
exactly.
people that maybe they grew up without their both parents, or they grew up to see their dad beating the mother, and the mother doing most of the jobs. She goes to the market and come cook. You know, when you grow up, they become bitter and they just feel every man is this way. And they try to. That's where they feel that's feminism for them, because let's woman fight for herself, and she don't want to see the way her mom was being molested or beaten. She doesn't want that one, so she need to fight every man and show the man that before a man will say A, she have said C, just to make the man understand that she's equal to, that's when it comes to the bitter part of feminism, because most people don't know about feminism at how it's defined and how it's supposed to be practiced.
It's actually a good cause.
You get it. It's women just let's have a free world. Let's relate.
You understand what feminism?
So
because they don't allow their women
that's-
to go to school. Their women can't drive. Their women can't do it. Their women can't practice in sports.
so as well, also women
Wow.
need to get to understand that there are a lot of things women are being stopped to do so many things. You can't drive a car. You can't even go out with a fellow male, like a male friend. Like you can't travel except with your husband. You can't go to a hotel to lodge for yourself. I say you're coming with there are so many things, so women are just trying to see, let's try and just make the world a little bit safer, better for women, you understand? But if we want to bring it back to our environment, and so it's some people are just so bitter and they just want to just try to gather more bitter people and poison their mind so that they'll just go against everybody they feel that's what feminism for them is.
Now, looking back, what do you think have been the biggest achievement of the feminist movement globally?
Okay. Have women working in industries that we didn't think we can see them. We have the likes of Ngozi.
I know that was the first example you were going to give.
Tell me more.
It's okay.
Right, we get it. So continue. That, okay.
And we have the organization
Wow.
Hajia Maimuna Mohammed, and then she is doing excellently well in Kano State. You don't want to imagine reaching out to
Wow.
a child and children. So I think globally, allowing women to be something have added a lot to us that we can even think.
Well, you see, the another challenge because for nothing good they say it comes easy. Mhm. It's a good cause fighting for, but at the other hand you need to see the challenges that are coming. There are most cultures that they don't allow women to do anything aside from cooking, sweeping, washing, stay at home.
And that's why feminism is still a movement. It's still a
It's
movement.
still a movement.
To get to those people.
So what my question is, how do you want to educate these people? How what?
Exactly. I was actually coming to that.
It always starts with someone. Have you not heard of Malala?
No.
Alala, yeah.
Exactly. It always
It
starts
starts with
It always starts with one little girl. It always starts with somebody that just okay. That time in India, there was this. I think I was reading it a couple of weeks ago, where they said there was this little girl. I think she was about 8 years old. Who they were supposed to marry her uncle or something, and then she said she wasn't going to marry the uncle. And that time they took her to court. And they said she would go to prison for 8 months or 6 months or so. She chose prison as young as she was. The case kept going on till I think Queen of England heard about it and she had to calm down. I mean, before you know it, the girl they had to take her back to UK and a lot. And before that was the movement. She started it when she went to school, she became a medical doctor, she came back.
So when we also look at feminism in Nigeria, there are so many obstacles.
A lot.
There are
Yeah, there are a lot of
religious,
obstacles.
there are
Religious,
cultural.
Yeah.
So when you cannot take out religion and culture out of a Nigerian because it's something we grew up in. So gradually there are crusade that people are trying to enlighten.
Yeah,
There are
that's
places in the
true.
north, like there are places in Connaught that they will not even let you, even if the woman is bleeding, they will not let you into the house before. But little sensitization and a lot of things have been put in place that they even allow you can even go into the house and relate to them. You can give them some like even parts. They
information
share
material.
parts to women. They try to give them some drugs, some food, and so gradually is places globally there are a little bit flexibility in it. Like people are beginning to loosen up. But you cannot take religion, you cannot take culture out of it because there are cultures in Nigeria that say a woman cannot get um inheritance and it stands. What do you do about it? There's nothing you can do about it. Because if you want to put in effort, you want to kill yourself. Because you cannot fight the culture. The culture has been there. They will tell you this. You can be banished. You can be sure they can just take you out. So there are sometimes you just know that there are some places based on if we are living in other countries, most developed countries, I think there are laws that guide all those things. But living in Nigeria, you just definitely have to just follow the rules. And if you cannot beat them, you just run away or
Join them.
so you cannot join them. If you cannot beat them and you feel you're not safe there, you just find your way because joining them while you are not with them is another problem for you. So
So I have another question, and majorly I would I tend to want to ask you. No, okay. I'm going to ask Kiami this question. I'm going to ask Kiami this question. Now, do you think feminism looks the same across different cultures, or does it take a unique form depending on social context?
Different cultures, yes. Just like you just said, there are a lot of other traditions that is not still accepting feminism because they have their traditions, they have the old ancestors that have already put that into them. So yeah, it's definitely is different in cultures and all of that. But then it's still a movement, like I said. It's still a movement. It's something that can happen with one person, like she said again. It can happen with one person. One person can just change other people's minds. Something can just happen that can change people's minds. It's not something you can't say that is you have to adjust to it. Just like you said, I don't think it's something that we just adjust to. It's just something that can definitely be changed. And a true feminist is not someone that would get into a situation that okay, she knows this is happening. The woman can inherit. She'll start somewhere. She'll start somewhere to change that. It's not something that is you can't just eradicate it because there was a time that it was never allowed. A woman was never supposed to be in the same level as a man. So if we are here right now and we can sit here with you, it's not something that can we say it cannot change. There's
It's
definitely change.
gradually.
People, yeah.
Okay, what do we call women who actually misunderstand this concept of feminism as being now you said something whatever you if a man can actually work as a CEO, work as a banker, work at the top heads of all these corporate organizations, definitely you as a lady can do it also. Now, how do we treat this disease that's actually eating deep into our culture? Or should I say culture, or eating deep into relationships or our day to, or the lives of our ladies that feel okay, a woman who is earning more or a woman who can do everything for herself doesn't need a man because yeah, I can do everything for myself. I have the money. I even have I don't need to get married because what do I need men for? Just to have kids. So why would I even want to bother myself? Because they feel I'm a woman, I'm a feminist. You understand? Many women actually feel that's feminism. So how do we call now? What do you feel? Is it them actually believing that's feminism or that's just pure witchcraft or disrespect?
Can you tell me one very, very successful woman that is not married? From the UK to Nigeria to Africa. I don't know what.
Personally, even though they are not married, they don't know what's going on in their homes.
Even if they are married,
What's going on in their homes, you don't know what.
they don't come out and say,
I mean,
I don't need a man.
You don't know. You don't know.
Look at me,
do.
if I came
You,
out to say,
you don't know what's going on in their home.
if I came out to say, I don't need a man. That was not the reason. Don't bring that into it. That was not the
No, I don't know what actually. I don't know what actually caused.
Yes.
I don't know what actually. Please, I don't know what actually caused. Because I'm just using it as a context, so I don't get sued.
You never can say that was
I don't get sued. So I was actually.
like me and them are getting divorced. Talk more them. I mean, so divorce has nothing to do with that.
Yeah, of course.
But I mean, what I'm just going about how we're going to eat for the really that. Okay. Yeah. So just create more awareness men that there's more to feminism that you people are limiting yourself to. There's more to life. I mean, you can have a beautiful life. I feel like feminism, in fact, restricts you to having depression because as you're eating obtaining both, you're dying. I mean, marriage is not me coming to a man to buy from. It's companionship. Yeah. Which means I'm looking for you to come and stay with me because I love you and you love me. And then I think we'll make a beautiful thing, which African men, in fact, African men generally have the ideology of providing. So, and then they have a very fragile ego. I cannot take that away from them.
If you take, you can't take go out of a man. So you just have to leave that one for us.
Okay, so we're saying like in the UK now, if Kema decides to go on a date, if they reach there, the guy will tell her that they should split the bit. If we get in Nigeria now,
You get okay
the
now.
Nigerian woman, we don't even
Okay,
know God
okay,
has done for us.
okay. You see, you talked about being in the UK and splitting bills, but when it's back home, they will say no. You just said it. Taking care of the family and doing this is the man's job. But why do you think it's different in UK? It's just the bills because they're in another environment, and that's like the culture that happens there. And there are places that there's a place in Africa, I think in Southern Africa, one of those countries in Southern Africa, it's only the female that become kings. It's only female that become kings, and it's not possible in Nigeria. You understand? So what do you say is culture? It's just part of. We just need to find a way to just coexist with it and just try to empower people. Try to let people know that okay, feminism is all about this and feminism. But if you want to talk about equal right, and I don't think there will ever be an equal right.
Me, I'm a traditional man.
Hmm.
And you see, culture, they say, is a way of life. Most times, I feel most of these things are people's culture you are trying to
Exactly.
adapt.
Just like the white wedding, it's not
Culture
our
that is
culture.
making, I'm adapting somebody's culture and making me to sit down here with you and you're talking to me.
To an extent, that's what
Would
I'm
you say
saying.
it's not limited to culture?
It's not
No,
even culture. It's not the same. The culture.
Don't get me
the
wrong.
culture that is making
To
you
an extent.
to be able to
Now,
sit down here with me.
it's something like a culture in the West to, split their bills and but
There was black feminism. So
in
there was
Nigeria,
it was not limited.
all these things are English.
It wasn't limited. There was
All
black
these
feminism.
English.
Don't be English.
Madam,
As I stop for you, you don't like them.
madam,
And I stop for you, you don't like them.
if Nigeria me, I take you out, you go green pay bill. Let's be sincere. No, let's be sincere.
Actually, like this is
Oh,
for
yeah.
No, let's be sincere. Will you want it? Okay, I will take you out later.
Fine,
After
I
this
go pay
podcast.
the bill.
Go and pay the bill for
You
me.
see the problem with
That's
you,
the thing.
matter.
No,
As I stop for you, you don't like them. You know they
That's
enjoy
the
me,
them.
guys.
Don't be feminism, don't cause
you know
them.
it's not for church.
Guys.
If I say feminism, they're not
Excuse me,
going
guys.
for
Sometimes we get selfish when it comes to the feminism. We want everything to be equal right and equal, but when it comes to doing some things, we say, oh, it's for the men.
It's for the guys.
You understand? So let's try and like I said, let's try and coexist. You cannot go to you cannot make a female can never be emir of Kanu. It can never be, no matter how try,
No matter
how
how.
much she has. That's the culture.
no,
Is that
we're
no,
not
no, no,
sitting
no,
here
I'm
and
just trying to give you. I'm trying to give you insight that
Trying to give you an opportunity.
there are some places that
Equal opportunities now.
the equal opportunity doesn't happen. There are places that women are even more treated far better than men, and so it's just trying to coexist. Let's try to not to be too bitter about it and try to feel like if a man feels he can take care of the home, fine. If he feels 50, you bring 50, and you have a cordial understanding, you have an agreement between each other, but not when there's so many stories that you see a woman that after just 3 months of her husband stopped working and she left the home because that he
It's not
could no
progress.
longer, you understand. So we should try as well and to understand that feminism and being wicked are two different
How do you get this now?
I'm sorry. Let me quickly before we round up. We are rounding up. Yeah. So let me quickly just give this an instance. I have a friend. In the north, there's this tradition that if you're getting married, the woman's family will furnish
How come
your
they're not
space.
again.
Yes.
So I'm saying that it's
Just come high and like you.
Yeah, so that is it. So this guy got married. Luckily for him, he has a house and they furnished the house, furnished everything. He was working and he was making it in dollars. Like he was working with foreign embassies and he was being paid in dollars. Are you aware that because it was a contract, when the contract ended and the guy though has his own establishment, but because the money was not coming as it was coming, and because he was not spending as he was spending, are you aware that lady, that girl, that woman he got married to, packed everything. The kayak like he packed out. As you want to go rent house.
I know.
That's
That's how this is. If you're living, you pack your things now. That's the reason why your parents used to give you. Not that if you're living there. But that's not that is not a feminist. That woman is not a feminist.
That's
Honestly speaking, especially with the bills,
I understand both sides. I understand both sides. Because why we talk about much bitterness and everything is because of what we've been seeing. Feminism is not being practiced the way it is practiced in Nigeria.
Thank you very much,
You understand? It's not being practiced. But if as well, we should also understand that we cannot. It's not everything that will be equal. Like all fingers are not equal. There's somewhere that a man will mellow and bow down. There's where a woman should know that okay, this is the man. I should give him the respect he deserves. Everybody should know his space. Everybody should know where he or she belongs.
Of course, feminism is not wickedness as you said it. Yeah. Well, for me, I feel feminism is you just being fair. You as a lady be fair to your guy, and you as a guy be fair to your lady, and just do what you know is right, and don't do what you know wouldn't like to be done to you, if you understand what I mean. And obviously and definitely, feminism is not wickedness. It's not at all. Well, from feminism, I would love to know, and I would love you guys to explain how it has affected you guys in your day-to-day lives, in your workspace, your careers, your relationships, or just your workspace and your careers. How has it affected you? How do you, how have you been able to cope with it? Have you had any personal experiences, if you care to share with us? Have you had
It's
any?
over to you.
I'm embarrassed. Oh my god. All right. Day to day activity.
Yeah.
Start from way back to how I did. It's feminism that brought me to go to school. Should I start from there?
Okay.
So, all right. So my day to day activity. Yes. I would say feminism has played a huge role because if not for feminism, I always say I won't even be seated here. I mean, it's because of feminism I was able to go to school, and then I was able to get a job for myself, even though I'm not okay. Yeah, I have a career. I work with an NGO, an organization that is based on women development and girl child, adolescent girl child development. So and then every day, let me not lie, I see things that I see. Okay, like let me give a story. There's this house in Kano where I got fond of this family. I love them so much. They are not educated. The higher education is secondary school.
Mm.
That then their father married them off. But I like them. I gel with them a lot. So I was talking with this little girl. This is how the conversation started. It started with Hausa when it was about something about millions of naira. And I was like, that's not much now. If each house contributes it, I mean, they can come about it. And then she was like, hey, how she has never even seen 10,000 naira in her life.
Wow.
And then she's still a little girl. She's still a young girl. And then I was not like, I remember there was a time too in my life when I was younger. I'd never seen 50,000 in my life. And then she laughed. Then she now looked at me. She said, have you now seen 50,000 naira? And I was like, yes, I have seen 50,000 naira because I earn more than 50,000 naira. And then she now said, she wish one day she's going to become something. But Baba Hannah, that is the Baba won't stop. Her dad won't agree. And I was like, what do you want to be? She said she wish she admire to be a lawyer, but women don't become lawyers. And I was like,
Wow.
excuse me? Women become lawyers, of course. Have you not heard of the famous Mariam Aloma? I mean, that is the chief judge. And she's from Kano State. And then as we were talking, and then she said, but their dad doesn't allow them to go beyond secondary school. And I was like, what's the reason? He just said, that's the reason. There's no reason, but that's just where you can go to. And I said, if you finish secondary school and I want to pay for your jam, would you agree? So you could continue. She said she doesn't mind. And then 2 days later, I was in the house and then we were talking and they were talking about that there's this guy that is showing interest in her. I got really angry, but then I just realized that it's not equal. It doesn't work for everybody the way it works for me. Just because feminism has reached me doesn't mean it has reached everybody. To him, he just feels fathering is a thing. It's destroying the child. So marriage is the best thing. So in my day to day activity, yes, feminism has taught me a lot, and then I need to understand that it has not worked for everybody, but gradually it will reach everybody. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And career paths, yes. Right now I've gone back to tech. I'm into
Oh
cybersecurity.
wow.
So you see, it's everything. Before it used to be the male aspect. Cybersecurity is just reaching women now, and then they are learning it. But now I'm seeing a lot of women in tech, web design, all those things. So I think yes, yes.
Wow. That's really nice. That was really nice. So over to you, Kiami. How has this whole thing affected you? Have you had any personal experiences in your career? Have you had any stumbling blocks because of it? Have you lost an opportunity because people perceived you as being, you understand? Have you had any experiences like that?
So I'll start with not necessarily day to day life, but living in general.
Yeah.
So there are definitely women in my family, and there are times where not times. There are times where when they want to further their education, it's like, ah, for what? Well, are you not getting married this? Well, when will you get married? You should get married. And when you get to the husband house, you just stay home, that kind of thing. So, I've seen women in my family that have gone higher, but done their master's, PhD, do other things higher, just going higher in life. And it's like, okay, I can actually do that too, but I still have a choice. I can choose to do that. It does not mean that I must do that. I can choose to do that. So it has helped in that way, even though I'm not someone that is very career, 9 to 5 work and all of that.
Yeah.
So in my career, one I would say is I'm a creative director, so it's a lot to be able for people to hear you, especially even if it's men, women, you'll just feel like, oh, who this one they talk to, that kind of thing. So let's say I'm directing and it's like, okay, a man that is probably my assistant can tell you something and you listen to him more than me that is a woman. So feminism has helped that because I'm able to, speak with confidence and you listen because that is my job. That is what I do. And basically to be heard, basically. So yeah, in that aspect, yeah, career as well.
Wow, nice, 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 nice. I don't know why this what he said just keeps ringing in my head, and I'm holding myself back from laughing, but I think I will laugh. I think I will laugh later. So, Chef Yax, how has this whole thing? Have you experienced any wickedness?
Well, not really, but we've watched videos online. We've seen things that has happened, maybe from close friends, close family, that has to do with feminism. And feminism is, like I've always said, if we want to practice it in the right way, is a good thing. Yeah, but there are some places, the world cannot be equal to all. One thing we should understand as well. There are places if they are giving out employment, like something that has to do with that kind of job, like they will say male only. There are places that will say female only. So it depends on who is giving out the job, and so there's like gender kind of inequality in it because you want this for your own reason. There are places where the cooks and the chefs are being abused and maybe paid less. So and when we look at the feminism at the other side of Nigeria, I always try to talk about Nigeria because this is where I've grown up right from child up to this level, and I've stayed and understand what's happening with people. Feminism is not what is in practice. That's why I said being wicked, because
Yeah.
there are lots of people that are so bitter because of maybe their upbringing. Maybe they have been bitter because of their previous relationship. They have been bitter because of maybe their toxic workspace, and they try to recruit more people to just try to poison their mind and try to make them out. This is how it's supposed to be. This is what you are supposed to do. You should always stand on the man. You should always don't agree when you have your money. Be like the boss because you can take care of yourself. That's not, you understand. So in environments, I was as she said, there are development, there are changes. People are getting educated, and the exposure that we see online. So it's left for you. If you're going to go through what you see and what you hear from people, you might be misled.
Okay, I think I've had experiences, but the thing is, I feel Nigerians actually practice this whole thing the wrong way because, especially our ladies, especially our
Well,
ladies.
let's as well. There are also Nigerians that are doing extremely well with the program about with the
Exactly. Your
on
feminism. And then
feminism.
lots of
So let's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
let's
I
try
mean,
not
so let's
to
provide them
because
off.
there are
yes,
those
let's not write
there are
them
those
off.
the
I mean,
both is just 50-50. There are
it's
those that are
50.
right, there are those that are wrong, and you choose to be whichever.
My issue with this whole thing, my issue with this whole thing personally is the fact that ladies tend to take this thing to the negative level. He said something about hierarchy. Now, a feminist do you think the feminist ladies who practice this feminism stuff most at times feel that it's about give and take? Normally in life, it's give and take, but they practice it in a negative way. And it's eating deep like disease. I think I've said it earlier. It's eating deep like a virus into women. You get. You talked about hierarchy. A lot of women don't actually know what hierarchy is. There are ladies who say, okay, if they don't actually feel feminism is all we've discussed here, but they feel, okay, if a man should cheat on me, then me, I can cheat too. If a man should cheat on me with 2 women, then me, I can cheat with 4 women, with 4 men.
Oh, that's
They tag it as feminism. Yeah, see, they tag that one as feminism. Now, you said something. Whatever a man can do, a woman should be able to do it and get away with it. Now, somebody was telling me earlier on and saying, no, now I'm just saying from you. We're talking about experiences now. Someone was saying, okay, if a guy should do something like this, if a guy should do something and get away with it, a woman should also do it and get away with it because we are equal. Gender equality is still feminism, right? If you're a CEO, if a man is a CEO, a woman should be a CEO. Now, the negative aspect of this feminism stuff now, this gender equality, the negative aspect now is you getting away with something, a woman should also get away with it just because the man was able to do it and get away with it. Now, I'm not justifying the fact that it is right for you to do something wrong in your relationship or wherever you find yourself. But how do you correct this mentality in the society that feminism goes beyond this negative aspect of saying, okay, if a man should do something, then I should be able to do it as well and get away with it? How do we correct that impression?
More awareness.
that's just
More awareness.
yeah,
Women should read more.
Exactly.
more awareness.
In
Yeah.
fact,
Okay, women should read more. Women should read more, right? You said women should read more.
everybody.
There's a saying. There's a saying. There's a saying. There's a saying. There's a saying that if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in writing. You get. Now, people that actually say these things are actually people who are very, very educated. Yes, they are very educated. I can tell you for free that there are people who are very educated.
There's a difference between being very educated and someone.
No, see, they are very educated and they've understood that this is how it should be. And this is what they choose to believe.
Let me cut you off. People try to behave based on their previous experiences and maybe the trauma they've had. They have past stories that they feel, oh, this person has done me this bad, this man. So they try to tag, if maybe their father, maybe let me use an instance for a lady who her dad has been molesting her for right from when she was growing up. She's going to hate men, not just her dad, any other man she sees around.
exactly.
So the way feminism is being practiced, some people try to just relate it with their
Trauma.
emotions. When this feminism is here and you add it with emotions, it becomes something else because you are deviating from exactly what you are supposed to do because you are feeling, oh, this is it. You know it quite well. When you eat, there's a level you get, you are filled. And when you want to use the bathroom, okay, it's time to ease myself. You just get it naturally. There are people that knows it, and except if you feel you want to ease yourself and you feel to hold it back to you, which you'll be so uncomfortable. Some people knows about it. They know what they are doing is wrong totally, but they try to just okay. They will stand okay. I don't talk I will continue to talk already, so that shame no go let people say I talk like this. And you know how Nigeria is. People when you say one thing, you make a mistake, even if it's a mistake, and it goes out to the media. People will just want you to remain like that. Don't change your mouth. Don't repent. Don't say I'm sorry or this thing I said. Though. So people want okay instead of going through this the bashing on and off on social media. Why not just continue with whatever I've started and
Exactly. So talking about that hierarchy, you said a lot of women don't know there is hierarchy. It's a lie. That's a big lie. Everybody knows that there is hierarchy everywhere. They are just being ignorant of it. Just like what he said. they're just being ignorant of it. So it's not just like what you said. They know they are doing the wrong thing, but they are just being ignorant of accepting. Okay, this is bad. Let me turn it the other way around. Why? Because you'll be scared of what the media will carry tomorrow about you. And I think another thing we really need to work on is the media houses, the media outlet, because these guys, most times what the media portrays is very, very, very different from what happens in real life. And if we need to achieve a point in educating these people, my brother, we need to sanitize the media
Mm.
because what they put out there most times affects the viewers. And when you're always on the media watching things, today you watch this, tomorrow you watch something, you tend to adapt
You
to
think
that
it's normal,
lifestyle, and you think it's normal.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I
So
get your point.
that's another thing. So when we are building awareness, it's not just door-to-door awareness. It should also be on the media. We should also be on the media.
Let's just not even push it to the media. We have younger ones, we have friends. We can start from our little space. We can as well try to let people understand
Create
that
more awareness.
create more awareness within our local environments where you can talk to a security man. You can maybe you see a security man bashing his wife or talking or just misbehaving. You can call both of them and try to make him understand this is not how to do things. This is the way you should go. So from the little help you do to change that security man, he could change his brother, and that's how it's going to spread more. So we can start it from our local environment, our small space to try to sensitize people and try to make them understand this is what feminism is, and not even about there are men that are feminists as well because they want to leave all the work to women to do it. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to come back. Some will come back home drunk and beat the wife. Why is there no food? There's no way she's going
No,
to
that's
respect
true.
you.
I mean,
You understand?
that's
That's
true.
when they start to start okay, there's somebody that talked about someone that is online that her husband was beating her earlier and let me start listening to her. That's when you start growing on. So we men as well, we need to try to work on ourselves and try to treat women like the way they deserve. We should show them the equal right. We should show them, not when I say equal right, like it cannot be, it's always going to be maybe it's 80 to 80 90 or on 100.
Yeah, 60,
It's just there's just but let's just learn to manage each other. Let's learn to balance whatever it is. If you are a man and you feel you coming home and the house is unkept, your wife is not back from work and whatever, you could do it. It doesn't take anything from you. You could do it because you want just peace, you want
Exactly.
just joy, you want a happy family. So there's no big deal in that. And when she comes home out and she sees the house is clean and there's food, she'll be happy.
Yeah.
And they won't be disappointed except the woman is going nuts.
Yeah.
When you do the right thing, there will be a little bit peace. Even
And
though people can be
you see this
troublesome from
point you
people
just
very
raised, men treating their women, giving them the treatment they deserve as a woman. It's one vital point we also need to talk about because I can remember, I think last year or sometimes ago, uh, I just came out from NYC camp. I was going to the state capital and we saw this guy slapping his woman outside on the expressway, man. Just what happened? What happened? He said the woman did not cook. Madam, why now? He said the man did not give her money to cook. Wait, she go kill her children. They cook. You see that now? Okay, as a man, you did not provide. Okay, fair enough. You did not give her anything, money. Okay, I go to the market, get things. There are no food stuff at home. I do you expect her to do magic? No, it's not happening that way. But no, anyways, the man was treated. Yeah, but men should also need. They also need to work on themselves. As a man, you will not. You telling your wife to do everything. It's not you having
not
power against. No, that's not you being the head of her house. As he said, if you come back home, the wife is tired, you could help her do some of these things. In fact, even when she's not tired, you could just come back. Probably, maybe if she's working, you're working as well. When you get home before her, help her do some of these things. In fact, even if she's not working, if she's a full housewife, when you are about going to work, you can still help her do some of these things. You go. So I mean, men should also do better. I
Yeah,
feel, yeah.
I've always been an advocate for that, and I for one actually feel that it's what you deposit in a woman, she gives back to you.
Yes, sir.
Now, men are not there to love. For me, I feel men don't love their wives. They just need respect from them. The women are the ones who men love. The women have to respect. Now, you telling a guy that I love you doesn't mean that you respect him. What men want from a lady is respect.
Submission.
Submit. Now, and it's what you deposit in a woman, she gives back to you. You deposit. If you understand, 9 months and there's a result, it's because of what you deposited in her. So when you give her love, she would in turn give you love. You understand? So it's what you deposit. And sometimes I do feel that men don't have it fair in life because you born as a man already, life has given you 1-0. You as an when you come to grow, enter adulthood, life don't give you 2-0. Then you can't come from poor ground, 3-0. So men don't actually have it fair. You get? And if we men that actually behave like animals, you actually check the background they are coming from. A lot of them are coming from a very abusive family that they feel that, okay, if a woman must do everything, even to washing boxers. Like I can carry, I dey like carry my clothes, give dry cleaner. You understand? I don't believe in for cooking aspect, yes, I know a woman has to cook. Me, I know sabi cook like that.
I mean, you
understand? You don't say you know a woman has to. It's a survival.
Yeah, I know for that aspect. I know
okay,
she has, but it doesn't mean that I will have to force her when
No,
it's not convenient for her.
I'm coming. Let's take instances. You are not married. How were you surviving? Okay, you're buying food all the time. Baba, it's a survival skill you need to learn to an extent, you know. It's not mandatory.
You know,
How about
you
Reverend
know,
fathers that are not getting married?
one of the big problem we are having is when you at some point when you try to be this cool husband, this cool guy, and try to take care of the house, your wife will also want to take advantage.
Advantage, yeah.
Point, you understand?
Exactly.
So
It will become the new normal. You do it before, just keep doing
It
it.
takes more understanding, respect. If you want, if you respect what you want someone to do to you, you should do it. What you don't want anybody to do to you, don't do it to someone. That's where you are. That's where we talk about
You do for me,
equity
I
and
do for
justice.
you.
You try to do things that okay, is it fair to all concerned? If I
Yeah.
should do this, oh, I can okay, I can prepare meal and I'll be so happy when I like for me, I enjoy when if I'm at home, I'm the only person at home, and I know people are coming back from wherever they went, they've gone to. I try to see I make something because when they come home and open the pot, they feel happy, and I want same energy for myself when I go out and come back home late and try to see oh someone is at the house and I come and open the pot, I see food. You know, it's being fair to all concerned, but not when you just you want everything to be all about you, all about you, all about you. The other person will not be happy at all. The relationship will not work. So whatever we are doing, let's always try to be fair to all concerned. If we are even being fair to each other, the love, the respect, and everything, we won't even be talking about feminism at all. Because there won't even be that topic at all. If we are being truthful to ourselves and doing the right thing. Oh, as a man, I know I should provide, and as a woman, I know okay, since he has gone out to provide food, why not me cook the food? That's sharing
Balance.
You know, so
Just like you said, but the background, you check the background people are coming from, it actually plays a very vital role. I don't know if you agree with me, Kiami. It actually, you don't agree with me?
Yeah, I don't.
Why? Okay.
Yeah, I think we are moving very far away from what feminism is.
Okay.
Like we've said, definite from the definition is the social, is a movement for the social, political, and economical. And we are just putting in the basket of marriage. Okay, putting in the basket of man and woman kind of thing. Forgetting that we started somewhere. feminists from somewhere. Women were not in these places. So I feel like we're really just moving very far
We are
away from
just-
feminism.
That's why I
no,
said
we,
it's
we
when
are
we
we are
started
we are
out.
we are still
All
still
everyone
with
doesn't
Yeah.
even know what feminism
You know,
is. We just
Yeah.
it's
No.
the ideology of what the society has put
You
in
know,
your heads that you guys are
Using
well, no,
because
exactly.
I started to say because can you pay bills? Are you pay bills? That is
Exactly. That's
just
I did
limited
not
to
say.
it.
I did not say. Can you pay bills?
But it's limited to all that kind
In a
of stuff.
no, you brought an instance
in a
saying that
simple term.
in the West, they share you. And I told you, in a typical Nigerian setting, if you should take a girl out on a date, she will not join you to pay any bill. I'm not lying about it.
It's fine.
But
That's
that's
What
that's
I mean,
choice.
no, that's what I'm saying.
No,
I mean,
No, if you want to talk
most
about
times you
what do we
need to
define,
talk about
what do we define feminism as? Feminism in a simple way is equity
Feminism
and
is what
justice.
you define.
No, when you break it down, then you talk about
It's a
politics.
movement.
It's a
It's a
movement.
movement. When you
That's
talk about it, you
justice.
talk about it in politics, you talk about it in religion. It has various places. When you talk about feminism, if you want to talk about feminism, like okay, a woman wants to be in the same level with a man, then
But that's not
That's
the
not
thing.
it.
It's
There's
opportunity.
nothing more about
It's not
what
trying
you
to be in
understand.
the same level.
level.
He's
No,
trying to get same opportunities because
It's
it
the
was
same
not
thing
there.
it's not. It's not.
It
Honestly,
was
it's
not there at
It was
all.
not
It's same
there.
Imagine that.
opportunities.
Before now,
was
nobody
not
can
there.
even see my face outside.
Like it was not
Do you
there.
understand?
The
I
word
just
So-
gave an example that in all those Arab countries that there are countries that women are not even allowed to play sports.
The
They're not
word-
allowed to sit in classes. They're not
that's
allowed
when-
to.
that's-
you don't even see their
Right.
faces. You don't even see their faces.
That's
I
what
think I think it recently they lifted a ban in a country that women are allowed to drive now.
Exactly.
I think in one Arab country.
That was why the movement came in because before now, women are not allowed to be seen outside if you're inside the room or not. Do you understand? So that's where the movement came in as feminism.
okay.
Being liberal to women, which means you can go outside. You said you can go out for a job. You can
This
go to-
issue of bills,
You know,
payment,
it's
human.
No, you
Something
brought that
about
up.
you
I
are-
did it. You brought
so
it up.
something that brought it. That brought, no,
So,
I
but
think
you are pushing that to me that I
no,
said that.
we're
No.
talking about bills.
So,
and I said,
you know,
no.
the wise man once said, never argue with a woman. Because at the end of the day, and you know, they will be so selfish that they only want the conversation to end with them winning.
Exactly.
No, but
Exactly.
We and
literally, that's not what.
I mean, we're not happening.
You are a runner.
That was it.
You're a runner.
now and
You're running. You're running away.
I'm not running.
You're
but
running.
He who runs from a fight used to fight for another day. So
So, I mean, after all said and done, women that are practicing feminism wrongly, please understand very well what feminism is all about. It's not about you being on the same level as Francis said with a man. It's just you getting more opportunities, social, economical, and political institutions. Let me use that word like that, please. So, please don't practice feminism wrongly.
What you thinking? I'm gonna say don't practice.
You understand? Don't practice feminism wrongly. Feminism again is not wicked. You being wicked,
Feminism is not wicked.
you are a feminist. So you should understand that. And thank you.
I think we should actually like he said, it should actually start from us, you know, in our own little spaces, in our workspaces, in our relationship, in everything we do around us, to correct some little things. And the chain starts from there. This person talks to this person talks to this person, because it's in the wrong narrative of feminism is eating deep into the system, and it's actually affecting relationships, is affecting a whole lot of things. Honestly, this Gen Z whole thing has, I understand the definition you are given, but the society has pushed a narrative down our throats that we've swayed away from the original meaning, or what the movement has to tell, or what the movement, or what the message the movement is passing. You understand? we've swayed away from
And,
the original.
when you even talk about people you see online talking about feminism, if you tell them to go out to the rural areas and do some crusade to help the poor girls, to give them, you will not find them there. They are just there on
There are some
just talk about.
there are some relationship therapists that if I find my woman listening to, I feel break up with you. Because they practice feminism, but if I should even see some ladies listening to some kind of relationship therapist, omo.
So is it fine to say you're not fully into the movement of feminism?
Yeah.
See, no, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I am into it if it has to do, if it is practiced the right way, the way you defined it. If it's practiced that way, I have no problem with it. First of all, I don't have a problem with ladies who are chasing their dreams. I like a lady who is chasing her dreams and can own her own stuff. You get, you don't have to rely on a man for everything. You understand? Now, it's not swaying from the initial topic. Now, from what you defined, it's a woman who, it's in layman terms, is a lady who wants to chase her dreams in different opportunities, different sectors. You understand? Now, if you do those things, the end goal is your dreams. You are chasing your dreams, and money follows. You get, now you are able to, you are comfortable. Now, your comfortability should not affect your mindset. It shouldn't affect your relationships. It shouldn't affect how you see things. You understand? Now, the problem is women are practicing this thing in the wrong way, because why they chase their dreams, doing what a man should do, they feel they can rub shoulders with a man now, so they don't have to respect that man. They don't have to do anything that man says. So that is feminism for them. But when you chase your dreams, I like a woman who is ambitious. But see, if you're too career driven or too passion driven, it takes me aback. It has its own perks. See, I'm a guy who likes my woman to be relaxed. Chase your dreams, do what you want to do, earn your own money, but don't do it at the expense of something. You get, you chase your dreams. Now, women do it in a whole wrong way. When you chase your dreams, you start earning money. It changes your mindset. See, you can never know the true character of a person until he starts seeing some kind of money. Person when we say, woman, when we say they see 50,000 before, make 1 million enter her account like this, she fit change because she has not seen money before. You get? So I don't have a problem with a woman chasing her dreams. I don't have a problem with it. You can do what you want to do. You don't rely on a man to do what you want to do. Good and fine. It's perfect. You get? But respect. When it comes to when you enter house like this, you see that your ambition and your dream. You should enter a house and know that, okay, yes, I'm going to meet a man that I am under. You understand? See, it's wait. You should know you're going to meet a man that you are under, who paid your bride price, and not someone you want to rub your shoulder with. You are getting me wrong. No,
That's where culture.
that is where culture comes in, because now you practice feminism and you practice feminism and it takes the place of culture.
See,
Against the greeting and all, but it's how you're putting it.
It's not about greeting. It's not about greeting. You can see if it's about greeting, I will tell you.
Out of this thing.
Exactly. If it's about greeting, I will tell you if
Culture. And they say culture is the way of.
Okay, I have a quick question to ask. Let's say, okay, if we're saying a lady that is earning and feels like that's bad, by the way, it's not something I'm saying is good. Let's say a lady that is earning for herself and feel like she can pay for anything for herself, and she feels like, okay, she has money and all of that. Let's say you go to a restaurant and you, just like you had sort of give an example with you see a lady, she gets food for herself, and you ask for like to pay for her bills and all, because you can say that a lady feels, okay, she's big, she has seen money with 50,000, now she's on 1 million, that kind of thing, and she refused for you to pay that bill. Would you feel less of a man? Like if she's like, okay, I can pay for my bill, because I've seen situations where like a lady will say, I can pay for it, and they get very agitated. So that's where sometimes you see those type of things. It's not necessarily the women that is bad for a woman to feel like she's above the law.
This kind of things, you have to balance it. If you tell me you're going to pay, no problem. But know that when we get home, I'm going to refund that money back to you see, there's a saying, Now man money the sweet pass. See, even though you are a banker who earns 2 million naira, you see that your husband's money, you will still eat it. So if you spend 5 naira on me, you will go somewhere. When I have the opportunity to give you 20 naira, I will give you more than 20 naira because you spend 5 naira on me. You understand?
See, when
You get?
when you envy the success of a lady, then you as a man, you have
You
low
have
self.
You have inferiority that you get.
Okay, let's say for instance, you are married and your husband was doing perfectly well. Then along the line, he lost his job, and things are not being difficult for him. Now, you as a woman, you have been you have been bringing the money, and he on his own part. It's not as if he's being relaxed. So
Yeah.
he's trying to make things work out for him also to get
Yeah.
on his feet. And because I've seen, I think I've heard a scenario like this happened, and then the woman was not filing for divorce because the man cannot provide according to what she said. So what will you do in that scenario?
This scenario does not have anything to do with feminism. It has to do with character.
Yeah.
And probably you do not love that person.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
nothing to do with feminism.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What I said actually is just what people, the negative impact, the negative perks of what feminism has done to our ladies.